was loud. Shit. Hey, guys. Hey, what's up, Shania? What you been up to? And I gave my own self my injection, like, about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes ago. So, it's a little tender on my stomach. Hey, what's up, Mary? I have a little bit of heartburn. You gotta love these side effects. I didn't even pour myself any extra water, but I think I should be fine. I literally broke my TV after they killed Max. I mean, technically she's not dead. She's in a coma. I don't think she's dead, though. If you ask me, I don't think she's dead. I think she's hiding. Like, she doesn't know she's hiding, but I think she's hiding. That's my theory. Because... And I told you about Eddie. Like, I knew Eddie was gonna die. Knew it. But, whenever they did the thing to Max, because they can kind of say, oh, well, we, like, killed off a massive character, right? If they don't, like, count Eddie as a massive character. But theoretically, she didn't die. She's just in a coma. Hey, what's up, Mikey? And then I slept like crap last night. Actually, I didn't even sleep at all. I didn't sleep like crap. I just didn't sleep at all. Because insomnia is lovely on this medication. I have insomnia. I get hot flashes. That's pretty much it. Honestly, that's pretty much it. Maybe a little bit of heartburn, but it's not too bad. You'll probably hear me complaining about all of this stuff until I get done with IVF. Wouldn't it be cool if she woke up with Elle's powers? I mean, it would be, yeah, but I don't think that's really gonna happen, because it doesn't really happen like that. It wouldn't really make sense for her to wake up with powers. What I think is gonna happen is she's gonna wake up, and she may or may not be paralyzed, but she will be blind. If she wakes up, she will be blind for sure, and may or may not be paralyzed, because whenever she did, like technically she died for like what, like a minute and a half, they said. Right before she did that, she said, oh my god, I can't feel anything and I can't see anything. So may or may not be paralyzed, but she'll be blind for sure. I think they have to kill one to get Max back. He absorbs people's souls. Yeah, so you're meaning like for someone to replace her, like how he killed someone to open up that fourth gate. I mean, technically, that one other basketball player was hearing things. No, wait, he died already. That's right, he died. He was the third one. He was the third one. Who else? I guess no one. There was no one else, because I was thinking the basketball player, but he was the third one that died. Did you watch the new trailer for Paper Girls yesterday? I also sent you the link on Twitter earlier today. I haven't watched it yet. I saw that you had sent me something, but I hadn't watched it yet. I do have it on my list to react to, but we'll see. So far, it's on my list to react to. My July month is kind of weird, so... Do I have chapstick in my mouth? I do. I heard that the spinoff is going to be completely different from Stranger Things itself. We'll see. No, to get her back in her body? Wait, what were you saying? I think that they have to kill one to get Max back. Who are you talking about to kill then? I thought you were talking about to replace her as like a gate. Oh, they have to kill 1. They have to kill Vecna. I see what you're saying. I was thinking they have to kill one as in like one person. I see what you're saying. It took me a minute. He has like so many different names. It's funny because I did see that, I saw this earlier, I think it was on YouTube, I can't remember where it was at. It may have been Twitter, I don't know. But someone said Steve or Jonathan, like for Nancy. And I'm like, well, obviously it's Steve. I don't think that there was anyone that was really like, yeah, Jonathan or whatever. Because I think most people are like Steve. I was super bummed about Eddie though. But I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. I just wanted to be wrong about it. Dude, my shot hurt today. It didn't hurt the past 2 days I'd done it. But it hurt today. I need to do it in a different area, though, I think. I think that's what happened. Because I keep doing them in the same area because I know that it doesn't hurt right there, but it did hurt today. So, damn it. Great, let me know when you watch the trailer then. Also, a part of... Oh, my God. I can't fucking talk today. I can't read. I can't talk. Because I've been suffering from insomnia the past, like, month. I cannot freaking do anything. Hold on, I'll finish this and I'll tell you what I was gonna say. Also, apart from the spinoff for Stranger Things, did you know they will also be doing a stage show of it as well? Not a musical, but a play. Oh, cool. No, I didn't know that. But anyway, I was recording this morning Motherland Fort Salem, the most recent episode that came out last night, and I could not freaking talk for the life of me. Like, I couldn't get the words out, or like the right words out, I guess. And I'm like, Jesus. I have to wake up early tomorrow morning because Anna has a doctor's appointment. We have so many doctor's appointments this month. It's ridiculous. Like, I just had one Friday, and I just had my blood drawn. Right there. Well, I had my blood drawn, and I had an ultrasound. And then Anna has like 3 ultrasounds between this week and next week. And then I have one next week. And then just more doctor's appointments after that. Like, there's so many doctor's appointments. And they're all super early. Which I like, because then we can get them over with. And finally, Will is going to be playing a bigger role in season 5. I figured. Somebody said something, because I said in episode 8 that it was the scene where he cries in the van. And I was like, how does Noah not think his character's gay? And then someone said, it's not that he doesn't think he's gay, it's something else. But I remember watching an interview with Noah, and hold on. I remember that watching an interview with Noah, and Noah said that he doesn't believe his character's gay. He believes he's just going through like all of these changes and like all this stuff, and like he feels like he's like behind or whatever. But he doesn't have a problem with his character being gay, but like he just doesn't think his character's gay. And I'm like, how the fuck does he not think his character's gay? But maybe I'm thinking also maybe he's just saying that to like make it more of a surprise, like if it comes out, because everyone knows that the character's gay, so maybe he's like trying to put doubt into people's minds. I feel like that's what he's trying to do, because it's pretty obvious, and I have absolutely no gaydar, and I can see it. I felt like Tally watching Alder in episode 3. I loved it. I freaking loved it, because I kind of had a feeling. So it was funny because right before Alder shows up, Tally, well, all of them have a look on their faces, but Tally has the like this, oh my god, what the fuck look. And I was like, oh my god, is it Alder? And then it pans over to Alder, and I'm like, I freak out. I always freak out when Alder, like, I just freak out, and I get speechless, because I have, like, of course, I feel like everyone knows I have, like, the biggest freaking crush on Alder, and, so it's just, I'm like, I feel like I'm, like, almost, like, starstruck or something anytime I see her. Like, if I see her on a scene or, like, whatever, I, like, freak out. So that whole scene, and especially, so, when Abigail told her, like, oh, your birthmark needs to be, like, shined up a little bit more or whatever, and she implied, like, all, like, they were kind of talking about it, and then she was, like, saying something in the bar about, like, there's got to be someone here worthy enough to, like, get with you or whatever, right? And I was like, yeah, Alder. And so, it's just, like, they either need to make Talder a thing, or they need to make Nick Tally a thing, because, like, obviously I want Talder, but I wouldn't be upset with the Nick Tally if they decide to go that route, but she needs to be with either Nickta or Alder. I don't want Tally with anyone else, or I will probably freak. I read the other day Duffer Brothers are looking for cars from 1988, so it seems like it will be set in 1988, but what month will they set it in? I wonder, is it going to be still in, like, Hawkins? Like, is it still going to kind of be, like, the same, like, gist, like, the same story, but maybe, like, different characters and, like, different villains and, well, I mean, I guess villains are characters, but, like, do we know anything about it yet? I freaking hate how the next season isn't going to come until 2024. That's kind of a bummer. But it's funny because I was talking to my mom about it the other day, and I was like, I told her, and I was like, you know, it's not coming out until 2024, and she goes, no, it's so dumb. And I was like, yeah, but she's like, well, she's like, they do that. They set it so far back because it gives people an excuse, because, like, if it, like, they're gonna forget things that have happened, so then they're gonna rewatch the show. And so I'm like, oh, that kind of makes sense, because, like, yeah, I mean, you're gonna rewatch it, or a lot of time, like, what I do is I just watch a recap of what had happened or whatever. But if I don't, like, if I want to remember without having to watch the whole season, some shows I have to watch a whole season again, because I'm like, I need to watch a whole season to refresh my memory. But some of them I'll remember for the most part, like, what happens, but then I want to, like, just get caught, like, just make sure I'm not gonna miss, like, I'm not missing any important things or whatever. But for the most part, people are probably gonna rewatch the show in order to remember what happened. So I was like, oh, that's kind of smart. So, like, I didn't even think of it like that. But still, I think it's dumb. Because I'm like, I don't want to wait that long. I don't want to wait, like, 2 years. It's dumb. 2.5 hours long was a little too long, but it was enjoyable. The thing that really sucks is I couldn't get my finale episode out. I couldn't. It went out, technically it went live twice, maybe 3 times, but then it got shut down like 30 minutes after it was uploaded, and I could not get it back up for the life of me. And I noticed that, and it was just because it was so long, and also, like, I think that I I even looked up, like, I tried to look for other people's reactions to it, and there was only like 2 or 3 videos that were able to get out, and so I'm like, oh well, being it's Stranger Things, and it's like one of the biggest shows right now, and so many reactors like are doing it, and the fact that I haven't seen more than like 3 videos or something on it, like it's everyone else is probably having the same issue as me. But I spent like 3 days on it trying to get it up, and then I eventually just gave up yesterday, and I was like, it won't come up, so I can't. I'm not even gonna try to do it anymore. I try a lot. If a video gets taken down, I'll work on it and work on it and work on it and try to get it back up. And some videos, like, I just can't. Luckily, this year it hasn't been as bad as like last year or whatever, but because I think I know more of what they're looking for and like how to really edit the videos, but still, some videos like they just won't go up. So also, I was like, yeah, if we can just get like, I'd rather just stick to like the hour episodes. The 2.5 hours was a little bit too long. I did catch like the area I think that they could have separate it into two episodes, but yeah. Anyway, I mean, I get why they kind of had it be that long, but still. I heard one idea for a spinoff being about Elle and Mike's kids and all having powers. That'd be cool. I'm still not a big Mike fan, but I get that they're probably gonna end up being together. But after this season, I need at least a year to recover. I mean, not that much crazy shit happened, though. Like, because ideally, Max isn't really, like, dead. So, I mean, Eddie died, but... Thoughts on The Boys, episode 7. Fucking crazy. I'm like, I don't even know how I didn't figure it out. Some things are, like... Once it comes out, once the truth comes out, I'm like, what the... How do you... Because it's so obvious. Like, and I don't understand why I didn't see it coming. Because the whole season, he's been talking about, like, how he's always wanted parents and whatever. And he ended up being, like, this lab experiment thing or something. And then we end up finding out. And then I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, how did I not see it coming? It's crazy. I really like the Vecna actor. I hope he gets more work. He is a really good actor. He's a really good actor. They start doing the scripts in August, then filming early next year, which will take 6 to 7 months, then post-production with all the editing and special effects, etc. So it could be less than 2 years. Yeah, I know that they do a lot with not just like the acting part of it all, but like, oh my gosh, how much money and like how much of a budget that they have to like do all this crazy stuff. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense on why it has to be like an hour and a half, or an hour and a half, a year and a half to 2 years. Do you think Max is going to be alive on season 5? Yes, I just don't know if it's going to be beginning, middle, or end. Probably the end. Someone else brought up the fact that like maybe if like once they kill Vecna, then she'll wake up. But my thing is she's not dead. I think she's just maybe hiding or something. Like whenever Elle like went into her brain or whatever, she didn't go into her brain, but she went into like her mind or whatever, psychically, and how it was like all pitch dark and she couldn't find her. I think she's still there, but I think she's probably just hiding or something. But yeah, but she's gonna wake up and she is gonna be blind and may or may not be paralyzed. Hey, what's up, Francesca? I did go through some massive hot flashes yesterday. I was I was wearing this shirt that was like down to my elbow. The sleeves were like down to my elbow, and it was so freaking hot. I like ended up taking I took it off, and then I just like had a wife beater on or whatever, and I can't. And Anna and I were playing games yesterday, and I was super close to this fan that's over here, and I'm like, I can't do it, it's so hot, and my eyelids were sweating. I was like, it's so dumb. And then I was just having hot flashes all night, and I think that's primarily why I didn't really sleep. But anyway, just complaining about all that. Do you think Noir will team up with Butcher and Soldier Boy? Oh, wait. Hold on. Do you think Noir will team up with Butcher and Soldier Boy teams up with Homelander? Well, Soldier Boy and Homelander for sure are going to be teamed up now. Like, yeah. I don't know. I think what may happen is Noir is probably going to try to take care of it himself, and then he's going to die. Like, that's what's gonna happen. I totally see Noir dying. Like, I don't see him coming out of this alive. I think he's gonna try, and he's gonna like redeem himself or whatever, but then he's gonna die. I see it coming. If he ends up living, I will be super shocked. What do you think about the spinoff series could be about? I don't know. I mean, there's thoughts of like the other, like a different number. I know originally when we got introduced to number 8 in season 2, but a lot of people didn't like number 8, so maybe it's not number 8, but maybe it could be a different number, because we haven't seen all of the numbers. We don't know if Elle was theoretically the last one. It just made it seem like she was the last one. So my idea, somebody else said it could be like based off of Elle and Mike's kids, and they might have powers, which I could see that. But also I could see there being just a different number. My theory, like my own theory, is that there's a different number out there. Are you excited for Rebel Day season 2? Yes. Super excited. I'm super excited about it. Very much. I really, really like Rebel Day. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did. The only thing is it is looking, and I totally agree, because there's some people on Twitter talking about it, on how it's looking. This season is looking a lot like Elite. So I'm hoping it doesn't turn into Elite. But I don't know. We'll see. I think Max will have a psychic connection with Vecna, maybe. I could see that. I could see, like, them... I just don't know if I can see her having powers. Like, some people think she's going to end up maybe having Elle's powers or something, but I don't see it. Are you excited for Rebel... Oh, you already said that. You know, you don't have to say the same thing, like, more than once. I'm gonna read the message. It's gonna be out July 27th. Yeah, and is it out July 27th? It's on my calendar. Hold on. Yeah, July 27th. Not that I didn't believe you. I was just double checking my calendar. Oh, I haven't seen the Twilight film. What? You haven't seen the Twilight films? Well, that was kind of random. Oh no, Mikey mentioned something about it when he added you. That's what it was. Have you not seen? Well, they're not that great. I mean, I think I just watched it just because, like, at the time I was like a teenager, so like I had to watch it. Are you gonna react to Harley Quinn season 3? I don't. Probably not, unless a lot of people want me to. I love the show. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I just don't know. Have I ever, other than Arcane, I don't think I've reacted to another cartoon. And the episodes are only like 20 minutes. Not that I haven't ever done a show like that, because I definitely have, but it just might be hard to react to something like that. I don't know. Maybe. I'm pretty much open-minded when it comes to a lot of different shows. It's just, sometimes I'll know if a show's not going to work out or not. But with that one, I have no clue. I've never tried with a show like that. My oldest Sophia is asking me and the wife permission to watch Stranger Things. She is now 12 and all of her classmates let them watch it. My sister watches it. She was starting to watch it when she was like 10 or something. My sister's like 13 now, but she was watching it whenever it first came out. I don't think that there's anything really bad in there. Not necessarily. Like, there's not sex scenes in it. So there's that. At least you know there's that. And then, like, maybe, like, the gore or whatever in it, maybe. But, like, I don't know. My sister started watching it when it came out, and she was, like, 9, 10, something like that. Maybe even younger. I don't know. I don't remember when the show came out. I would love a react for Harley Quinn. It's such a good show. Yeah, we'll see. As soon as it said it was gonna come out in the summertime, so we'll see. Is there like an official release date? Every time I looked at it, the creator said it's gonna come out in the summertime, which it's the summertime right now. But so I assume it's coming out next month, September at the latest. I don't know if we should let her on the fence. It's complicated to let your kids watch shows. I understand that. But I don't know. Like, when I grew up, my mom was pretty much okay with letting us watch things. For the most part, like, if she was questionable on it, she was just watching it with us. The only thing she didn't really let us watch was anything that had a lot of sex scenes in it or something. Like, that showed a lot of stuff like that. Because she's like, you guys are way too young to be watching things like that. But for the most part, we watched scary movies, gore. Like, I grew up on that stuff. Pretty much my mom was like, as long as you think you're going to be okay with it, not have nightmares and, you know, not freak out or whatever, then it's fine. But obviously you do you, you know? You know, like, what your daughter's like. Some people said that as Vecna is not powerfully... Is not power... Wait, so think... Hold on, I might have to read it in my head first. Some people think... Oh my god. Some people said that as Vecna is not made powerful, so they think he is gonna possess Max and they are gonna kill Max to destroy Vecna, but if they're going to do a skip time, I don't think so. Okay, I get what you're saying. I don't think that they would put Max in danger like that. I don't think that even if Vecna possessed Max, I don't think that they would be able to kill Max. Even if that meant that it would kill Vecna, I don't think that they would do it. I don't think any character would end up killing Max just to kill Vecna. They would end up figuring out some other way. Just finished last episode, cried because Eddie died. It's funny because I think because I knew it was coming for him, that's why I didn't cry. I got a little upset and I got teary-eyed, but I didn't cry. For Max, it was different. I was like, oh, fuck. And I think also, like, all of the actors, by the way, are amazeballs. But, like, the scene with Max, like, the acting was just out of this world by, like, all of the characters. And so it made it so emotional. And the fact that I didn't see it coming. And so, like, I ended up crying, but... And my hormones are all fucked up right now, but... Because with the skip time, he probably gets energy again, so I don't think he possessed her. Yeah, I don't... Like, I know that he's a little drained right now, but... I don't know. I don't think he'll do it. If he does do it, then they're still not gonna kill Max. Because if you let one watch a thing, the other wants to join in, so it's complicated. Oh, trust me, I know. I'm the oldest out of, like, there's 4 of us kids. So, and we're all different ages. I'm 27. My sister's 24. My brother's 19. And then my littlest sister is 13. So when I was growing up and I was allowed to watch, like, my mom was like, okay, when you're like, we had these things when you hit a certain age you could do stuff. So when I was like, um when I was 12, I could shave my legs and wear makeup. And then, no, wait, was it 12 I could wear makeup? I don't think so. I think it was 12 I could shave my legs. 13, 14 I could wear makeup. Uh and like there was like different stages of like whatever age that you could do stuff at. So like whenever we hit a certain age, then like we could do that. And so my mom pretty much raised all of us kids like that. I mean, except for my brother. Like, he's a little bit different because he's a boy, but like, and that went with like shows, and that went with like everything. So like once I hit a certain age, then my siblings couldn't watch it because like I was then old enough, so then they have to wait until they're a certain age to do stuff. So I completely get it. But for the most part, like, me and all my siblings had different interests anyway, and we still have different interests. My brother and I think, are the ones that have the most similar interests. I don't know. As McKenna's getting older, then we have like more and more things that we like, but still we're pretty opposite. We've always been really opposite. Um, and then Brady, we're all different. I feel like me and my brother, I feel like out of all the siblings, are probably the closest in our personalities and stuff. Season 3 is coming out on the 28th of this month. Oh, did they release it finally? I don't know if I'll have time. Because what's coming out at the end of this month? Well, there's Rebelde. Rebelde's coming out, and then Paper Girls is coming out. I mean, I can always do it after that, because I think there's like, I don't know. My July and August are they're pretty packed. I'll have to go and read, because I have stuff until nope. Even my August is full. My July and my August is full. So it would have to be like September when I would be able to get to it. Or unless it's gonna, and if one of my things like fails and like it just like does terribly, then I'll be able to replace it, but we'll see. I'm seeing July 27th for Harley Quinn. Huh. What is your favorite Stranger Things character? Mine is Max and Robin. Mine is Steve and Dustin. And then Robin. Those are like my top 3. Now, I didn't cry because of Max wasn't even upset. You weren't upset about Max, like, potentially dying? I haven't watched the trailer for season 3. I wanted to go in fairly blind. It's definitely a hidden gem. Oh, for Harley Quinn, some shows I don't want to watch the trailer for it, because I'm like, if I'm a diehard fan, oh, for sure as hell I'm watching the trailer. But if there's a show that I'm like, if I'm like really interested in, but I'm like, I want to be surprised by it, then I'm not gonna like watch the trailer. But when Eddie died, it hit me. Yeah, some people I feel like were like upset more so with Eddie than Max, or like vice versa. Are you gonna watch Invincible? I haven't heard of it. What's that about? Sadie Sinks deserves an Oscar for that scene with Lucas. But Oscars are for movies. She would get an Emmy, right? I feel like I feel like you're saying you're just like, whatever. She should just get an award. I see what you're saying though. She should get a fucking Emmy for that. Her, Millie Bobby Brown. Who else? Who else did a superb job? I mean, like, all of them did amazing, but like the two of them, Lucas did a really good job in the finale. I wouldn't say like he wasn't really that much of a like a big character in this season really, except for in the finale. Everything I watch is on Plex and YouTube. I don't know what Plex is, and YouTube, but I have ad block. I don't like ads. I'm weird like that. I've never heard of Plex. I mean, I feel like a lot of people don't like ads. I feel like that's like a thing. You just, I don't know. It's funny because I still have ads on YouTube. Like, I haven't bought the ad-free version. As much as I'm on YouTube, like, I don't have, like, the ad-free version of YouTube or whatever. But any of my streaming services, I'll pay extra to not watch commercials. I don't even remember the last time I watched a commercial. Like, other than like typical ads from YouTube, I don't remember the really any time when I've watched a commercial because I don't have cable. I hate commercials. When will Cobra Kai's newest season come out? It's coming out in September. Comes out September 9th. Comes out September 9th. I'm shocked that it came out. Like, people were telling me it was going to come out, like, again this year. But the fact that it did come out super early and they didn't, like, wait a year, like, I really like that. Nice, I can't wait. We are all hyper for Hocus Pocus. Love me some Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker. Kathy Najimy are so funny. They are. I freaking love them, and they're making a second Hocus Pocus, which is fucking awesome. I don't know when it's coming. Is that coming out this year, or is it coming out like? I assume that they were gonna do it near Halloween, so it's either coming out this year or next year, maybe. But I love me some Bette Midler. Oh yeah, it should be great. I'm all about Cobra Kai. They did so well with that show. They did do really well. I can't wait for not spoilers. Fuck. What's the word I'm thinking of? See, this is what happens when you don't get enough sleep. The shows that are we were talking about this shit earlier. How come I can't remember? Spinoff. Jesus Christ. I was even slow. I was slow during work today. Like, even like, cause I like run these certain reports and I run them all the time. So I'm like super quick and I can do these reports. Normally it takes like any other person like 2 hours to run these reports and it takes me like 10-15 minutes. But today I was like so slow and I'm like, I kept mistyping and I kept like forgetting. And then I'm like, oh my God, like this is what happens when you don't sleep. Like, it's pretty crazy. I know Max is here since season 1 and Max came in season 2. Max wasn't a part in season 1. And Eddie came at this new season, but still, and he played my favorite song, Master of Puppets. He did phenomenal. Yeah, but Max came in season 2. She wasn't technically in season 1. She came in season 2, but she did. I mean, she was almost. I mean, she's basically like one of the original cast members, even though she wasn't in it for season 1. But yeah, she I think it just the acting more so hit me. It was a combination of things. It was the acting that made me cry in that scene versus Eddie, and I knew Eddie was gonna die, so I was like already prepared for it. I feel like for the most part when I cry, it's because I catch things that are unexpected. All the TV I watch is downloaded automatically. Huh. I watch Hope. I can't. What the F? I hope Max and Lucas have the movie date. I know, right? Well, but if she's blind, that might not be that. I mean, I guess you can hear the movie and experience it, but she's so gonna be blind. I'm telling you, if she wakes up, she's gonna be blind. I hope she's not. But you know what? What's weird is that we all know that Elle is the one that like brought her back to life or whatever. Maybe she could still like semi heal her or something. So maybe she won't be blind, but I don't know. Plex basically allows me to watch and share anything on my computer. I built a 72 terabyte unraid server to get my movies and TV shows and music. Huh. That's pretty crazy. I didn't know. I didn't know that. Do you think Dr. Owen redeemed himself by allowing 11 out of the dampener neck thing? Well, you're thinking of Dr. Brenner. Dr. Owen was the other doctor. But I don't think he really ever redeemed himself. See, the thing with Dr. Brenner is he said, like, his dying breath was like, I just want you to know that everything that I did was like for you and to make sure that like you were good and you were healthy and you were powerful. Like, everything I did was for you, and I hope you, he said, I please tell me that you understand. And she didn't say it, and I knew she wasn't going to say it cuz like he's done so many fucked up things that like no, I don't think he just because he flipped the switch and let her off of the collar, I don't think that was really a redemption. I think he was a piece of shit. And like I very much agree with like the combination of like Elle and Henry or Vecna one, whatever you want to call him, like the combination of their like um thoughts and emotions towards Dr. Brenner is very much like understandable, and it's very much like true. So I think Dr. Brenner was a piece of shit, and I think he was trying to cover up anything that he did that was shitty, and he tried to say that it was all for Elle, and I don't believe that. And she didn't believe it. That's why she didn't say it back. But I think Elle still, of course, because it was Papa, right? And he did do a lot of stuff for her, that she still cared for him. But no, it wasn't, I don't think he redeemed himself, and I still think he did a lot of shitty things. I haven't seen any TV show adverts at the cinema. I'm going to see Thor Love and Thunder Friday. I don't know if I want to see that movie. I'm not really a Thor fan. See, I'm a Natalie Portman fan, though. I would totally go for her, and I would totally love to see her in that outfit. But, anywho. We don't let our kids watch too much TV or video games. It's more about outdoors and Legos. They are all crazy about Legos. Yeah, I mean, you do you, man. You're, like, whole, like, you're the parent. I believe every parent should be able to do, like, raise their child however they feel like their child should be raised. So, you do you. I feel like once, fingers crossed, everything goes well with IVF and, like, you know, we have a baby, and, like, mine would be, like, a combination of things. Like, I love the outdoors. I'm allergic to everything, though. I'm allergic to everything. I would love to have them go outdoors. I'd love them to learn how to do things, and I want them to learn, like, no, boy or girl, like, self-defense, and, like, there's a lot of things that I learned and things that I wish I would have learned when I was younger that I want them to learn. And so, like, those stuff, but of course, like, the combination of whatever they want to do, too. So, like, I want to also, like, sit down and watch movies with them or shows with them or whatever, you know, because obviously that's, like, I really like to do that stuff. So, I think that would be really cool to do that with, our child. So, everyone's different. Sorry, I come to talk about series shows and not kids, but they are somehow always in my conversation. Are you watching I don't know what that is. Love me some Alex Morgan and Rose Lavelle, I'm assuming is how you say her name. I don't know what USWNT is. But no, you can talk, shit, we can talk about anything on here. It doesn't have to be shows and shit. I just know that obviously, like, you know, like, everyone's on here because, like, we watch similar shows. So we end up just talking about shows, but we can talk about, shit, I've been talking about my side effects for half of the freaking live, half of the stream. I mean, we could talk about whatever. It doesn't have to be about shows. It just always ends up being like that. I hope that if Max becomes blind or paralyzed, 11 will help her with her new abilities. She could. I think if Max becomes paralyzed, or if Max becomes blind and or paralyzed, then um I think 11 could possibly heal her. I mean, she did bring her back to life. So, we'll see. Do you think Will come out to someone next season? And if so, who do you think it will be? I'm surprised he didn't do it to Jonathan in this season because they totally had this like heart to heart moment. And I was just waiting for him to just say, like, okay, I'm gay or whatever, but he didn't. And so it was kind of weird that he didn't say it. So my hope is that he does it with Jonathan, but I could see Jonathan, Mike, or Joyce. I can kind of see Hopper too. I could see him confessing it to Hopper or Elle, because they're like best friends. The only thing of maybe why he wouldn't do it with Elle is because Elle is kind of with the guy that he has a crush, like he's in love with. So, like, but if I had to choose one character, Mike. I don't know. It's just because it's gonna be between Jonathan and Mike. I feel like because it's gonna be between his brother and his best friend. So, United States women's national soccer team. Oh no, I don't. I don't really watch sports. I usually will watch. I'll watch like the Olympics. I like to watch sports in person. That's my thing. Not a huge fan of football. Anna really likes football, but I mean she doesn't watch it on TV. But neither one of us really watch sports. But we both like to watch sports during like the Olympics, and we've been to baseball is my favorite sport of all time. So I love baseball. Been to a bunch of baseball games. I've been to a couple of hockey games. Love hockey. I really like hockey. Hockey's up there for me. What else? I haven't been to like a professional soccer game. I've been to like my own time, like because I played soccer as a kid, and then not a lot though. I think I played like a year of soccer, and then my sisters whenever she would play soccer, or both of my sisters played soccer too. So, is there any other sports that I've seen? I'm trying to think. Mainly baseball. That was really the only one that I really liked watching. Baseball and hockey. I've seen the Globetrotters once. I don't know if I would really consider that basketball or if that's just like choreography at that point. But yeah. Alex Morgan, so hot she is having a great season. Oh, my nose. That's nice. I think Vecna gravitated to Will first because of his pain of being in the closet, and maybe will affect the Upside Down, making the Demogorgons look like D&D characters. Yeah, but the only thing is before, like, I don't know if I would say that the Demogorgons look like D&D characters because of Will, though. Because the only thing with that is whenever Vecna had his flashback when he first got to the Upside Down, there was already Demogorgons, like, running around and stuff. And that was before he made the connection with Will. So, maybe they kind of implied that, but then they didn't really. It wouldn't make sense now. I don't know if he's like targeting Will because of him being in the closet. I think it's that could be a part of it. I think he's targeted Will um because Will is different. He's different than his friends. And he's like more introverted and he's more, I don't know, he's just very much different. Like you can find a lot of similarities. Well, you can find a lot of similarities with all of the characters and like with Will included, right? But like I feel like Will thought of himself as like really introverted and kind of like different than his own friends. Like he felt different. And so maybe that's why he was targeted, because of the way that he felt about himself. But I don't think that's necessarily because he's gay. I just think it's because of probably all of it. Like his anxieties and his like differences or whatever, and that's why he was targeted. I mean, that's just my opinion though. So I'm not really excited about Thor Love and Thunder, but my but me and some friends always go to MCU movies at the theater. At least I'll get some food if if it's bad. True. A lot of times I like to go to movies. Well, of course we're watching movies, but like I like to like eat popcorn and nachos with jalapenos. Like that's the only way to eat nachos. Sorry. And or like pretzels or candy or something. I don't know. We usually don't go all out. Usually we just do like popcorn and like a drink or something when we go to the movies. We like to, you know what we like to do is the movie theater that's near us. It's like a mile away from our house. The only thing is they don't sell alcohol, and whenever we lived in a different part of Florida, they had a bunch of movie theaters that had like they would serve, like they would actually like you can order food, which I loved. I was like, "Oh my god, this is like so brilliant." Um and I like those, but they're so far from us now, and I'm like, like I just don't want to do. I don't want to travel like an hour away just to go to a movie theater because they serve overpriced food. So, it was one thing when we were closer to those movie theaters, but this one's like a mile away. So, if even. Did League of Our Own make the August reaction lineup? Is it a show or is it going to be a movie? I might have a, if it's a movie, I might have a day or two where I could probably throw it in somewhere. If it's a show though, like I said, I'm blocked up until September. Um, except for I have one show that I want to do. Like I want to do Resident Evil, but I don't know if it's going to be great or not, but that's basically coming out like in a week. So if Resident Evil doesn't do good, I have to have something replace it during that time. But other than that time, I mean, I kind of have other things going on. I want to do Paper Girls too, so we'll see how that goes, and then She-Hulk. We'll see how that one goes. I want to do that one because of Tatiana Maslany, but I don't know. So pretty much everything's full, but unless something fails. And if something fails, then I'll be able to replace it. Do you think they would kill off 11 at the end of the series? I feel like she's too powerful to be killed off at this point. Even if she doesn't know it, I feel like she is. If they do, it has to be like a whammy. Like it has to be a combination of the villains. Or she sacrifices herself. Like that's the only way I could see Elle dying, really, is if all the villains come after her or if she sacrifices herself. Bro, literally when Will told Mike that he loved him through 11, Mike didn't understand the hint. No, he didn't. And like I was so upset. I was like, bro, he's talking about himself, but okay. And then he like, oh my gosh, like I'm like, oh, I feel like most gay people go through this, like something similar to that effect, where like you fall in love, not necessarily with your best friend, because I did never fall in love with my best friend, but like to be in love with a straight person, and then you're like your heart gets broken, and then it's like you feel that. I wouldn't say that I've been in love with a straight person, but I definitely have had some, like, because I have an issue in that department. But I definitely have had some intense crushes on straight people. The Paper Girls has already been renewed for a season 2 before this first one has come out, which is great. Oh, awesome. Then hopefully that's going to be a good sign for reactions then. Are you a big fan of Journey's Separate Ways World Apart track on episode 8? I'm not a big fan of Journey. I'm not a big fan of their music. So no, I guess not, but I don't know, like I put up with their music, I feel like, because their music's in like everything nowadays, but I mean, I guess not nowadays, but a lot of stuff that I would watch, like Journey's music was in there. Have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? It's really good. No, I haven't. I haven't even heard of it. What's it on? It's a show. When does it? You said it comes out in August. When does it come out in August? Did you watch the show Dark? No. Anna did? I don't know if she finished it though. July 14th for Resident Evil show looks like what? I mean, I know that Resident Evil comes out on the 14th. And I want to watch it because I love Resident Evil. But I don't know, because it is a little bit different than what I normally react to, even though I like to kind of throw in different things every now and again. But if it, like, fails, like, what I'm going to do, because I'm so unsure about it, is I'm not going to, like, record it until what I'll do is I'll look to see if anyone else, like, the amount of reactors reacting to it, and if there's a decent amount, then I'll try it. If no one does it, then I'm not going to do it. Because, yeah, then that's probably not a good sign. But we'll see. That's why I'm going to, like, wait a couple days. Like, I'll probably, like, if everything looks okay, I'll, like, upload the first video on the 16th, which is, like, 2 days after it comes out. But if it doesn't do good, then probably no. I might have to have something replace it. What is your Rebelde favorite song and ship? Oh, shit, I don't know. As in the song, I don't know, but my favorite ship is the girls. What are their names? Shit, I don't even remember. Hold on, let me look up the cast. Oh, that's the old one. Rebelde Netflix cast. My favorite ship is Amelia and Andrea. Annie? What do they call her? They don't call her Andrea, I feel like. They called her something else, right? I feel like they called her something else. They didn't call her Andrea, did they? But yeah, them. You should go to a pro female soccer game, or you should watch a match now. Then I was not into soccer at all. I would. I like soccer. I just don't ever think I haven't seen one in person. But I've seen one when it comes to when it was like the Olympics or whatever. More into hockey and ballet, but it's becoming a thing now that I don't know what that word. Something is into soccer and rugby, making a point to watch female sports, not only boy sports. I love all sports. Well, I say I love all sports, but like I do, but I'm not gonna watch it on TV. That's my thing. I'd love to watch it in person, and I'm not a big football fan, so American football, not European football. Resident Evil, huge fan. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil too. So we'll see how, if like other reactors are doing it. If, like I said, if no one, like what was it? I kind of wanted to do Gentleman Jack, but I was kind of on the fence about it. And then when I looked up to see if any other reactors were doing it, and granted, this was like 2 days after it had came out, and no one had put up a reaction video to it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. And then it was a good thing I didn't, because it was very boring. This season was very boring, and it wouldn't have, even if I would have posted one video, I wouldn't have posted the rest. Comes out August 12th. Is based on the movie. Let me put it in my recommendations. Oh, I did. I already did, but I marked it as a movie. Because I remember you telling me about it on a different stream. Show coming out August 17th. I want to do that. Okay. Andy, that's right. Her name's Andy. That's what they called her. I'm like, I don't remember anyone calling her Andrea. But yeah, Amelia and Andy. They're my favorite. Oh, August 12th, not August 17th. My bad. The Resident Evil movie that recently came out, Welcome to Raccoon City, wasn't very good. I think they played it too safe. For some reason, the movies don't do too hot. I don't know what it is. And I'm like, come on. And I don't know. I really don't know what it is, because I feel like they could do a lot better. Like, it's funny because whenever the first Resident Evil movies came out, they came out with like near the same time as Underworld, and they kind of looked very similar. But I was like, ugh, I was a huge Underworld fan. Went to a Halloween party dressed like Claire Redfield with my boyfriend years ago. If I find the picture, I will send it to you. Okay. Dude, if I could find this photo, I don't want to do it, because I don't want to, just in case like that person doesn't want their face showing. Okay, let me tell you, this is a hilarious photo. Telling you won't do it justice, but I'll tell you anyway, because this was when I was like 16, 17, something like that, around that age. And at the time, I didn't know I was gay. I just, like, in my mind, I just thought something was wrong with me, because every guy that I ever, like, tried to date or whatever just was no offense to men, but, like, I couldn't relate. And then there was even one time I went on a date, and the guy, like, texted me, like, right after the date, and he's like, I'm falling in love with you. And then I'm like, fuck that shit, I'm out. But anyway, so there was a date that or there was this guy that I was dating. My relationships were only like 2 weeks long or something, because I would get annoyed, and then I'm like, fuck you, bye. But anyway, so my mom took the picture, and she goes, how did you not know you were not, or how did you not know that you were gay? Because there's this photo, and I'm dressed in a dress, like I'm wearing a dress, and I'm standing in front of the dance area. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. The dance floor. That's what it is. I was standing in front of the dance floor, and I'm wearing this dress or whatever. And my date comes up behind me, and literally, and let me tell you, like, don't freak me out. So, because I have reflexes like nobody's business, and I'm one of those people, if you try to scare me, I'm going to punch you. So, luckily I didn't do it, but I like still flinched. But anyway, so my date had came up behind me, and he like wrapped his arms around me or something, and then, but I was, my mom was standing there taking this photo of what I thought it was just me or whatever, and he comes up behind me, and he wraps his arms around me, And I literally, like, I just give him this disgusted ass look. And then I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, quit touching me. And, like, I want to show, maybe, like, I can find this photo. Because, like, just my facial expression says everything. I do have it somewhere. But anyway. Hold on. How many things did I miss? Where was it at? We were talking about something. Oh, you were talking about boyfriend thing. Okay, here we go. Some people said that Amelia is the one that is going to die, and that's why Andy seems like she's crying in the trailer. But I don't think so. She's one of the best characters. I don't think they will kill her. They better not freaking kill her. Okay, this photo would have been from a long ass time ago. So let's scroll all the way back. I do semi miss how skinny I used to be though, because I used to be skinner. Dude, I was like borderline anorexic though. It wasn't good, but I have to find this photo and I'll just like cover up his face. Cause it is so funny. I don't think anyone else, I don't think that you can like see anyone else in the photo. And I used to have it like on Facebook or something. Why I posted that photo, like I don't even know why. Because like I was clearly disgusted by this guy for him like just like he's just trying to be sweet or whatever, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Quit touching me. Aw, some of these like I forget like all these photos that I have on here. From like proposing to my wife. Hold on, as when the military guy that's hurting 11 is like Thunderbolt Ross with the Hulk. I hated that military guy. Hated him. I'm still trying to find this video or not video, this photo. Now I think I sent it to my mom one time, so worst case I can just go back and look at my mom's texts. I swear I have it saved in my photos though, because it's like I always semi try to show people. Like in Algeria we worship Alice in the Resident Evil movies, maybe because we don't care about the game so much and love women in action. Yeah, I mean I just love I love the games. Like I used to play the games all the time. I should just probably search it by my mom's. Hold on. Because I know I've sent it to my mom before. Because I think she was just asking for it. So I'm still trying to find it. I've never told anyone I love them after the first date. I think that's kind of... I don't know. I mean, you do you. If you know how you feel, you say it. You do it. But I have an issue with the L word. I have just an issue with... My thing is personal. Like, I have an issue with, like, connectivity with other people. I mean, I still told Anna that I loved her pretty early, but it wasn't, like, after the first date. I think I had told her that, like, I loved her after, like, a couple of weeks or something. After a couple of weeks we were together. But I was kind of freaky. I was kind of freaked out. Anytime I went on a guy, I, like, made him take us to the movies. For one, because I could, like... not have to pay to go see a movie that I wanted to watch, but also like I'm like, this way I don't have to talk to them. I swear to God, like I really don't know how I wasn't gay. Like the last boyfriend I had, we were together for like a year. But he pretty much just leave me alone because I feel like he knew I was gay. Well, that and he kept telling me I was gay and he didn't know why I was with him, but I'm still trying to fucking find this photo. I will find it. Paul Reiser was in The Boys and Stranger Things. He's making a comeback. Yeah, I did notice that. I didn't notice that at first, like whenever he first came in, and then I was like, when I went to go like edit the video, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's in Stranger Things also. I send my mom a lot of bullshit. It's funny. I love my mom's and I's like texting relationship. It's pretty funny. I think as Amelia didn't win the band battle, she is going back to Brazil, and maybe that's why Andy is crying. Hopefully not. Maybe it's not Amelia. Maybe something doesn't happen to Amelia. Maybe she's crying for a different reason. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Still trying to find it. Here's some old photos. I've sent her some like old ass photos, so maybe it's like I'm getting close to it. Evil QK, I remembered saying you're a fan. I remembered you saying you're a fan of Kate Segal. She is doing, or Segal? I feel like it's Segal. I don't know. She is doing the new Time Traveler's Wife HBO Max TV series. Have you watched an episode yet? I have. Yeah, I've watched all of it. I'm already caught up. Oh, I found the photo. I found it. It's kind of bad because it's a very old photo, and like the flash was on. So okay, hold on. How can I show you? How? Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to turn it. Okay, you know what? Let me just do this real quick. Let me just put like a black something in front of his face so that way it's just easier. Hold up. Oh, here we go. Oh no, it's faded. Oh well. Oh wait. Here we go. I got it. I don't think you can see his face. So there's this. Okay, it's really bad. I don't even know if you can see my face. Hold on. Let me just bring it up closer. Let me see if it'll just focus on the photo instead of myself. You can kind of see my eyeballs and how they're like, my pupils are to the side. And I'm like, the fuck is this dude doing? I wish you could see my eyeballs better. Hold on, let me see if I can like, what if I increase this lighting? Does it make it better or worse? It kind of makes it better. So you can kind of see my pupils because I'm like looking off to the side. I wish it was better quality, but yep, that's the photo. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? How the fuck did I not know? Okay. Anyway. Okay. I washed my hair with strawberry juice to make it look reddish. I do have blue eyes. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm trying to see if I do have some like older photos of myself, like back in high school. I don't think so. I didn't save a lot of those photos because I didn't really like high school, so I tried to eliminate all stuff from that time period. Oh, there's me in my wedding dress. Oh yeah, this is definitely a gay photo. And I think this is before I found out I was gay. No, this had to be after because of my tattoos. Yeah, that's definitely after. I think I was doing something though. I don't know. I think Anna and I were together because it was like mixed in with photos of Anna and I. Whew, that's when I cut a tip off of my finger. Crazy. Is that my finger or is that my... I don't know. I have some weird ass photos. Do you just ever like go through your photo like thing, your photo app, and like just be like, what the fuck was I thinking? Obviously, Mike will stay with 11 because when Max appears in the series, Destin and Lucas fell in love with her, but she stayed with Lucas, so I think the same thing will happen. When Max appears in the series, Destin and Lucas fell in love with her, but she stayed with Lucas, so I think the same thing will happen. What do you mean? I think I'm confused on what you're trying to say. Say. I feel like a lot of what I sent to my mom, though, is just a bunch of, like, random shit with, like memes and stuff. Oh, I always liked the photo of, like, me with my brother. We always had, like, good photos. Stupid shit. It makes me laugh hysterically. I'm so funny, guys. I'm so funny. I'm telling you. I have, like, I deleted, and it's funny because I deleted my Facebook how long ago? Like, I deleted my Facebook. Anna and I were engaged, I believe. I don't think we were married yet. And then I deleted my Facebook. My Facebook ended up being an issue. Like, I remember it was an issue in our relationship because the thing with my Facebook is I was never on it, which was why I deleted it. But one of Anna's friends, like, so on my Facebook, I never deleted anything. Like, so there was like photos on there from past relationships, and I never deleted anything because I was never on it. It was just shit that I was like tagged in and whatnot. And so one of her friends was like, oh my god, she still has this photo from like 3 years ago with this guy that she dated for 2 weeks. Don't trust her. And where is this friend nowadays? Not in our lives, but still, like, for some reason it was a big issue in our relationship. So I'm like, oh, whatever. Like, I'm not ever fucking on Facebook. Whatever. But then that's not like why I deleted it, but I deleted it because I was never on it. And then it was, so I deleted it back. Jeez, what was it, like 4 years ago or something? Like, so I haven't had a Facebook in 4 years. And then I recently added on Twitter like 2 years ago. So it was a disaster. My hair was all sticky and lumpy, but the color was great. I've never thought to do that with my hair. I'm trying to think if there's some, like, different... Like, there's some, like, wedding photos on here that I really like. That's funny. I see a Resident Evil video game screenshot. Speaking of Resident Evil. Oh, Anna looks so good in some of these photos. Anna would, like, model and shit. And so I'm like, oh, whatever. This photo is, like, shortly after we got engaged. This is of me. It's a good photo. Sometimes I take good photos. Sometimes I can't take good photos. For the most part, I can't take good photos. Most of my photos are, like, stupid memes or, like, dog photos. I'm trying to find some, like, other embarrassing shit to show you. But I don't have anything hardly of myself. Oh, this is my favorite photo of Anna and I. And it was the first, like, it was a semi-professional photo that was taken. Because the guy is, like, he's not like a popular photography now, or popular photographer. He kind of is. Like, he makes quite a bit of money, but, like, I don't know. Like, he was just okay. But that's my favorite photo of us, and that was like when we first started dating. So that was like, shit, that was like 5 years ago almost. That's pretty crazy. I wish I could show you guys photos better, but I don't. I have to like add another thing on here, and then that's like a whole another thing. In an interview with Millie Bobby Brown, she said that she wanted Eleven and Max to have something by the end of the series, since she wanted it to be more than a friendship. But what does that mean though? Because obviously they're not. They're not gonna put them together. I'm sorry. Maybe that she meant like as in it like a sisterly type of friendship or something. They're definitely not putting them together. It is strange how cringe every lesbian or gay guy trying to play straight on a relationship and pictures say more than 1,000 words. I know, right? That's why I'm also semi like trying to show you more shit. But like, I never really took photos of myself. They're all like photos that other people have taken, or like that my mom has taken. The ones that are of myself. I have some photos of General Alder on here, but that's because I think I sent my mom like photos of General Alder or whatever. Because I told her, because my mom cracks up at like my taste in women. Because I think, who was I think I was with my brother. I was with my brother and my mom somewhere. I think we were at my aunt's wedding, because I was like, where did we all go that we didn't go with like other people? But we were at my aunt's wedding, and there was some actress or something, or maybe we were in public, and there was like this good looking older woman or something, and like my brother knows my taste in women or whatever, so he's like, oh, I can't remember what he said. He was just like, I think he pulled up, I think he pulled up this like 80-year-old woman or something, this like old woman, and then he's like, is this more your style or something? And then my mom's like, wait a minute, what? Like, so then my mom's like, I didn't know your type was like older women. And I was like, yeah, I mean, not like 80-year-old women, but like, you know, it was just funny because my mom was like, Cassie, you got mommy issues or something? I was like, I don't know. It's just really funny. It was so cringe. Dated him for 2 years. It was weird to kiss and touch. It was all type of wrong. That was the same. That was the same way I was with guys too. Like, anytime I like kissed a guy or anytime I was with a guy, I was just like, this is so weird. Like, I don't like it. Hold on. Ugh, my allergies been haywire the past couple days. Yeah, no, I was the same way. I was like, this is weird. I don't like it. I complained about it. And then like the first time I ever made out with a woman, it was like in this I remember the first time I made out with a woman, and it was, I feel like most people remember when they make out with someone, but I don't know, maybe they don't. Anyway, I was in this club. It was like a drag show. It was like a drag show gay club thing, and I like the first time I ever made out with a woman, I was at this club. I was at this club or whatever. I was like, oh my god, this is so different. I was like, I was frightened. I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gay. I was like, this is so much different than like with guys. And I was like, yep, for sure gay. For sure gay. It just like confirmed everything that I was already like questioning. And I was like, yay. I was like, I figured out who I am. It was so weird, but yeah. The actress I was referring to is the one that plays Theo in Haunting of Hill House. Yeah, no, I know who you're talking about. She plays the mom. She plays the mom of the guy in The Time Traveler's Wife. I know who you're talking about. I know exactly because I have a crush on her. It's usually the same. It's funny how like most of my crushes, they kind of all look alike. But I think my biggest crush of all time, like TV show wise, other than General Alder, duh, is Lena Headey. Although they don't look alike. Although Lena Headey like doesn't look anything like any of my other crushes, but she's different. We only kissed when we had a couple of drinks. I don't know. I mean, I think I just whenever, I don't know, cuz like teenage boys were always like super like horny, and so they were all like, let's make out, let's do all this shit, blah, blah, blah. And so like I was like, okay, sure. But I didn't end up liking it. But my longest relationship with a guy was for a year. Bro, literally, Giovanna Grit, Grit, I don't know how to say her last name. Amelia in Rebelde is with Joseph Quinn, Eddie, and Stranger Things in a premiere now. What? Weird. Weird as in like cool. It's weird because it's different. Like I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. We never had sex because we were never that drunk. Touch and holding hands was hard and sticky. I don't know. I had sex with. This is so weird to talk about. I guess with people that I've never met face to face, but I mean it's fine. I'm an open book. I've had 5 sexual partners, and 3 of them were men. But that was obviously like before. Before 2 of them were boyfriends, and then 1 was a one night stand. And the one night stand, I was like, yeah, I really don't like sex with men. I was like, yeah, no, this is terrible. And then it was just something like women are just like so much better. I don't know. Oh, and let me say, I sucked at having sex with dudes, and I think it's because I didn't like it. That I was in like a horrendous amount of pain. Um, but like with women, I would toot my own horn because I'm just like very. I would say I'm pretty good at it with women. I'm terrible at it with men. I'm still trying to find some like embarrassing photos or something, but I feel like there's not going to be anything in here. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. All photos. Nope. That's it. That's all of them. I'm sure there's definitely some more, but my mom would end up having those, not me. And I probably made her. Probably told her purposefully not to send them to me. I was like, I don't know. I don't want them. I bet that's what had happened, honestly, because I didn't like high school. I wasn't a huge fan. Like I wasn't a huge fan of high school. I wasn't a huge fan. College was a little bit better. I ended up having like really good friends in college.
I'm not sure I understand.
Stupid Siri. She doesn't understand that I have friends or did have friends. But I feel like I don't have really any friends now. Sometimes like I know I had friends like I'd still kind of consider them friends. I just don't ever talk to them anymore, which so then I feel like they're not friends, but like I could probably like hit them up right now and then they'd be like, "Shit girl, like come over, you know, blah blah blah." And then I'd like go over to the house. The only thing with them is for some reason, me being an insane introverted person, like insane. For some reason I make friends with people who are insane extroverts and they are too crazy for me. Sometimes it's like a perfect like anytime I want to get out of my shell a little bit, I'll go hang out with them. But let me tell you how fucking crazy it is. No joke. Last time I hung out with them, there was tits flying everywhere. No joke. And not mine. Not mine. Nope. I freaked out. And then I like called Anna on the way home and I was like freaking out. I'm like, this is so weird. They're like, and all my friends were like older. So it's not like, I'm the youngest one there. And so and they're all moms. And the fact that there was so much going on at that, I feel like I talked about that party on stream or something because I feel like this isn't the first time I'm saying it, but That's the last time I hung out with them. Cause my friend that I reached out to, I was like, hey, and I'm like, what are you guys up to or whatever? And she's like, oh, we're having a party, come over. So I did. And as soon as I got there, she's like, I just got a boob job, look. And then like flash her tits at me, and I'm like, oh, those are nice. But I'm like, also, I'm like, you're my friend, so I don't know if I. It's so weird. Do you know, like, sounds like hero gasm? Dude, let me tell you, it was almost pretty much hero gasm. Like, no joke. Because my friends like to get naked. And they're probably nudists. Like, well, one set of my friends definitely are nudists because they're like, it's just so freeing to be nude and like blah blah blah, which is fine. I don't have a problem with it. My thing is like, I'm not gonna do that. And it's not that like I'm not like a stick in the mud or whatever, but like my thing with my body is I want to be able to show a romantic partner my body and not just like random people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that like that's my thing with my body. And also, all of my friends who are girls are like bisexual. And so it always makes things a little bit extra weird. Because I'm like, which is, I feel like another reason why, like, all the girls were just like naked running around and shit. Because they know that, like, okay, all of my friends who are girls, like, in that type of situation, they're all like drop dead gorgeous, and they know it. So the fact, it's like, and I even, it was crazy. But like when your friend tells you, like, when your friend who's a bisexual person, as soon as you walk in the door, you haven't seen this friend in like at least 6 months, and like not a hey, how are you, what's up, can I get you anything to drink, none of that. It was straight up flashed the tits at me and told me she had a boob job. And then but I'm like, and her husband is like right next to me. Everyone knows everyone's sexual orientation, so they all know that I'm a lesbian. And then I'm like, okay, so I look, because obviously I don't want to be rude because she's showing them to me, but I'm like, okay, look at them, oh, they're nice, look away. Like, what are you supposed to do in that case? Can someone please tell me? Because I always get really weird because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And like, it was funny when I told Anna when I got home what had happened, and she goes, "Yeah, I'm not surprised." I'm like, what the hell? Because Anna didn't go with me. Because Anna tries to let me do my. We both like try to let us like each other do our own thing, and Anna's like, you need to go. They're your friends. You go hang out with them. You know, you go have fun, whatever. And it was just so fucking weird. I freaked out on my way home, and I'm like, I've never seen anything, like, I've never been a part of a party like this before, and it's so weird. And no one, and like, we're all friends, so no one like forces anyone to do anything, so it's nothing like that, but it's just like weird, you know? When we hugged, when he hugged me, it was so bad. He was gay also. He never pressured me to have sex, and I would have died before I let him have sex. Um, I dated a guy who I'm quite sure, the guy that I have that photo with, I'm quite sure is gay as well, but like, that's not a guy that I had sex with. It was more of a show people, wow, we can be normal and straight. It was more for show. But I still get weird. I get weird like that because I'm an introvert, and I'm like, what I want to do for fun is like, shit, I'll do Netflix and chill. I don't like, that's fine with me. I know what Netflix and chill means, but like, at least ease me into it, into the Netflix part first. Like, I'm fine. Like, I have no issue with that department, but it's like the fact of the introvertedness, and we're doing it out in the open, and we're doing this in front of everybody. Not to mention, so the funny thing is one of the wildest people there, she she is best friends with this old boss that I used to have, and I'm like, I didn't know, and it's funny because they like took a picture together, and I'm like, oh my god, like, and they sent it to me, and I'm like, this bitch. I was like, this, she was the craziest one at this party. And so I told my boss, and I'm like, hey, do you happen to know, I don't remember what her name is. We'll just, oh, actually, I do remember what her name is, but I won't say her name. I'll just say, like, her name's Sarah or something, right? So I was like, hey, do you know Sarah? And she goes, oh, yeah, yeah, I know Sarah. She's like, how do you know Sarah? And I was like, actually went to a friend's house the other day and she was there. And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Was she wild? And I'm like, yeah. And then and then she's like, yeah, that's how she is. And I was like, okay. But it's so like, I don't know. I think I grew up in a very conservative like environment when I was younger. And so it still kind of surprises me sometimes when people just do something and it shocks me, but I'm like, I don't know. It was very weird. Like I've been to a party that had like drugs and like had alcohol, had like whatever. Like parties aren't really my thing because I'm an introvert, but this party was something different and I'm like shit. And she kind of my friend kind of warned me ahead of time and she goes, "Oh, just to let you know, my crazy friend's going to be there." So, like just to, let you know, just to prepare you. And I was like, "Okay, well that's fine, whatever." But I'm thinking crazy as in like woo and like gets drunk or something because I've been to a couple of parties. Like I know how it is. I know how crazy drunk people get or whatever. No, I saw so many things that day that I did not want to see. But it was pretty crazy. I mean, like but that is something though that I'll like have that memory forever. So like even though it was a borderline torture for me, like I will always have that memory forever of like that whole party. And so making memories for me is like very important. So even though like if I could go back in time, like I would probably end up doing it all over again. Just the facts so that I can have like a story to tell people. Like I was a part of some crazy ass like fucking like party or whatever. My thing, I always get bad anxiety at parties because um I mean I have anxiety really bad, but like because I feel like I'm going to be a stick in the mud because I don't want to do all those crazy things. Like I want to have a drink, yes, but at the same time I want to drive and like go home. Like I don't want to stay at that friend's house or whatever. Like I want to go home. I want to sleep in my own bed. So I'm not going to get drunk so that I can go home. And I'm not going to stay up till 3 in the morning and then go home. I want to go to bed. Like I'm tired. Like the party should end at like 11, maybe midnight. Like midnight's probably the latest that I can stay up before I just like pass out. Um, but like I don't know. But I feel like I'm gonna be a stick in the mud. So that's why a lot of times when I get invited to parties, I don't end up going because for one, I know I'm probably not gonna have a good time. But for two, like I don't want to make other people feel like I don't want other people not to have a good time because I'm not gonna have a good time. So next time, bring Mardi Gras beats. Shit, maybe. I don't even remember when. Oh god, she was wearing. I remember what she was wearing. This is weird. She was wearing this like. I knew it was in the summertime or something, or like maybe it was. How long ago was this? Because it wasn't that. I mean, Florida's always kind of hot, so even in the wintertime. But I know she was wearing like a wife beater. It was like a black wife beater. How long ago was it though? Was it really like a year ago? Oh my god, I think it was almost a year ago. The last time I went there. I think that party was almost a year ago. I'll actually let me look cuz I'll be able to know here in a minute because we actually message each other on Snapchat. It was 40 weeks ago. It told me it was 40 weeks ago. Almost a year. Not quite. Maybe like was that like 9 months? Something like that? 9 months ago? Well, when I tell my friends that I was bisexual, they support me in everything. But I think that in case you should tell them and you don't like them, I don't know. No, I don't think so. They weren't doing it to like. It wasn't like that. They're just very promiscuous people. They don't do it because like they know I'm a lesbian, so they try to get attention. That's not what it is. They're just very promiscuous. My friends are very promiscuous. So it's nothing like that. None of us like I'm going to say this and it's going to sound kind of shitty. I had a crush on that girl, and then I also had a crush on my other friend, the one who's like a nudist. But I had a crush on them before I knew these things about them. Not that this made me have like, not that it was like a turnoff, but the more I got to know them, the less of like the crush went away, it like dwindled. And like just because like I ended up forming these friendships with them, and like the crush ended up going away because they're, again, like I said, they're like drop dead gorgeous. So I had a crush on them. But then like the more and more I got to know them, the more I was like, you're a really cool person. Like I want to be your friend, you know, like whatever. So that's like what happened. So like the crush went away and then the friendships grew. So that's what happened. They weren't doing it just because like I was a lesbian or whatever. They know that I don't have like any feelings or anything like that towards them. My friends love to change clothes and try things in front of me since ever, and they know I am gay and married. I think women do. I think that there is some women that do like to do that in front of like lesbians or bisexuals just to. I think because it is I do know because I knew of people who like to do that, and um and they do like the attention, especially if they know that they're like pretty, then they want that attention, you know. But I don't know. I That hasn't happened to me to someone who like I actually liked, liked. I mean, other than like Anna, but like that is was a little bit of a different situation. Cass, I have to go talk to you soon. If I find the pic, I will send it to you. Okay, sounds good. Bye, Francesca. What's your opinion on how they changed Kate Sagal's character's demise scene was too different compared to the film version of The Time Traveler's Wife? I mean, it was kind of similar. The only thing with The Time Traveler's Wife, the movie, is they didn't actually show her getting like decapitated. I mean, they said so it was an accident, and it was implied that she like I don't know if it was actually I take this back. I don't know if it was implied that she got decapitated, but she died in the car. The son saw it. It's very similar. The only thing with this show is they actually show her getting decapitated. So, I mean, they kind of do. I don't think they actually like they don't show like her head like coming off of her body or whatever, but they actually like where the um like they show the thing going through her body and like the blood splatter on his face. So they didn't change it too much. I feel like I just feel like that they put a little bit extra in there because of um because it's an HBO show. I feel like The Time Traveler's Wife, the movie, was more so for like because I watched it when I was a kid, so maybe not like a kid, but like a teenager. Like, because what year did that come out? Was it like 2008 or something? Time Traveler's Wife movie. 2009. I was close. 2009. So I was 14 at the time. Yeah, so I was a teenager. And so I feel like it was more for that age group, like teenagers, like early 20s, or people who like romantic stuff. I don't know, but I feel like it was more so for like teenagers or whatever. So they're probably not going to show like a decapitation or whatever. But the show is on HBO, and so they're gonna show whatever the hell they want. So I'm off to sleep now. Good night. Good night, Mikey. Um, but anyway, I should probably get off here too because I can't believe I've almost been streaming for 2 hours. Um, but anywho, so what's coming out next week? We have one more episode of The Boys. Motherland Fort Salem comes out tomorrow. Trying to finish Umbrella Academy. That should be finished by next week. By next stream day. What's next stream day? Is that the 13th? Yeah, so we should finish Umbrella Academy. Another Motherland Fort Salem comes out tomorrow. We'll finish The Boys. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. So I think it's better to fall in love with your best friend because they trust each other more. My best friend fell in love with me, and then I with her, and now she's my girlfriend. I think it's better. Oh, that's so cute. I mean, there's different love stories or whatever. Anna and I feel like fell in love with each other first, and then we became best friends. So, it's a little bit different, but, yeah. I mean, Anna and I were fuck buddies first, before we were anything. We were fuck buddies, and then we ended up. There's a whole story that I'll have to say some other day. But then we ended up becoming girlfriends, and then engaged, and then married, and then now we're like best friends. So, but anywho, yeah, that's pretty much it. 3 different shows. But yeah, I guess I will see you guys next week.